Yo, what is going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Brian back at you with another video. Like I mentioned, I told y'all I would have two videos for y'all this week because I made a little mistake on the last video. I actually got to edit that one and write Actually, no, I did write week 4. Never mind. What's going on, guys? I'm so glad that somebody actually posted in the community. Finally, shout out. I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but she knows who she is, bringing something very interesting to my attention about custom fees. Now, if anybody's ever heard me or listened to me talk about custom fees, they know that whenever you're importing from overseas, things can get a little expensive and they can get a little cumbersome and timely. It does take a while. It does take about 30 to 60 days to bring stuff overseas from China, which is why I only really recommend it for larger orders. Now, what I thought about doing and that I thought would be really interesting is that we are actually today going to be doing a case study. So I'm actually going to show you guys an order that I just recently placed overseas, and back in like January actually, that I just recently placed overseas. And in terms of like how I went about it, how much it costs, everything, like literally, like this is an order that I made with my money. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I did it. Now I have Made in China pulled up. Now I know online I tell a lot of you guys like, hey, look, go on Alibaba and AliExpress. Now the reason I do that is because those vendors are generally a lot more responsive and just easier to talk to because they deal with a lot of just regular, I don't want to say regular people, but just like right, like like smaller time retailers and merchants, because usually their MOQ, minimum order quantity, is a lot smaller. So say for example, like on AliExpress you could buy like literally just like maybe one bag, or like 10 eyelashes, or like 3 barber clips or something for your business, or whatever the case may be. It's a lot of business to business, commerce to commerce on AliExpress and Alibaba. Made in China, Made in China is very similar. Just from my experience, I like Made in. I actually stumbled upon Made in China before I found out about Alibaba and AliExpress. Interestingly enough, and it just always worked out for me. I've ordered 3 times from vendors, and yes, my personal vendors are on the vendor list. I'm not gonna mention which vendor I use. I mean, you'll probably see it on the you'll see it on the video, but I'm not gonna go into or what vendor I use, simply because I want you guys to make your own connections and your own relationships with these vendors. Definitely you want to learn how to be as resourceful as possible so that you're not running into a situation where it's just like, oh my God, like I don't know what to do next. Like, sometimes you just gotta literally just, think and figure it out. So without further ado, I'm gonna switch over to my WhatsApp conversation so I can show you guys exactly how I went about this order. All right. What is going on, guys? We are back. All right, so boom, check this out. Look, all right, cool. So this is a real conversation that I had with my vendor for an order that I just recently placed. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how I did it. All right, cool. So first, I messaged her on the Made in China platform. You don't have to do that. You could just text them directly. But I messaged her first on the I think for this particular one, for some reason I didn't see the phone number on the platform, and I found it someplace else. Just again, by just being resourceful, I literally just searched her name and I found it on another website. Something that anybody can do. But I found their number, and the number's right there. Again, guys, I definitely encourage you guys to use your own vendors, or to make your own relationships with your own vendors. Yeah, you can go ahead and use this one. It is on the vendor list. That's in my bio, but again, definitely you want to make your own relationship with these vendors. You know what I'm talking about. So boom, now this vendor, she reached back out to me. Hey Brian, this is Kristen, texting from Hardware Furniture. Thanks for your message on Made in China. So when I message her, and guys, you're gonna see this on the how-to on the vendor list. I always ask for a catalog. I always ask for a sample of the products. Now, all of the vendors that are on the vendor list are already certified and audited, so I didn't really have to ask for like product samples and stuff like that. Like I already know that it's it's good and it's accredited, because I know what to look for on the site. So boom, she sent me the catalog. So with the catalog, I can see all the items that they have. So you see they have all these different types of chairs. I kind of wish I ordered some more, I'm not gonna lie. But you see they have all these different types of chairs. Let's go underneath all these different types of chairs. They got these different types of sofas. Let me go back into it. Different types of tables, things like that. These are very, 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 very nice. This is the one I actually ordered before. I got like 2 of those. That's the one that you guys see in the video on my page. But yeah, all these different types of tables, all these different types of pedestals, all this stuff. So cool. Now, what I did to make it real simple, you know, I just said, all right, cool, I'm gonna look through. She followed up with me. So what I did is I made a document. So she could generate a PI or performer invoice. So I made a document. You see, I'm sending a document back to you now. This includes the items I would like as well as colors and a couple questions for you to create the performer invoice. Very, very simple. Very, 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 very simple. And the reason I do this is because, guys, all this furniture is custom made. All this furniture, it's not just sitting. That's why it takes so long to bring your stuff overseas. I want you guys to understand that. That's why it takes so long to bring this stuff overseas. This stuff isn't just sitting in a warehouse. They would lose so much money if they did that. All this stuff is made to order. They have a catalog because they want to show you what they can make. But all this stuff is made to order. So say, for example, I wanted this pedestal 3 feet tall. They would make it 3 feet tall. But I know exactly how big I want them. So I wrote down all the items that I wanted because they were all listed in the catalog in gold and silver. I'd like 2 of the gold arch, blah, 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 blah. I actually turned around, added on a couple stuff, but just for the sake of this this video, I'm going to show you the original one. So you see this one, I wrote down the measurements that I wanted. That's something important to do too. Like if you want specific they have specific measurements on the items and you can always inquire. So say for example, sofa, right? Say let's take this pink one, HS04. You can actually buy this domestically in the US, but say we'll take this one and we'll say, hey, I want this sofa 6 feet wide. They'll make it 6 feet wide, or they'll make it like 4 feet wide, or whatever the case may be. Well, with the sofas, they actually might have predetermined sizes, but like say for example, we take let's see. Let's say we take a backdrop, right? Let's say we take this. I think I actually ordered this backdrop. Say you wanted it like 4 feet high as opposed to like 6 feet high or whatever the case may be. They'll do that. You know what I'm saying? So you can have your stuff custom made. It's just literally just talk. They're live agents to talk to you. Just literally just like talk to them. That's it. Really just talk to them. So you see, I have my measurements here. I have my measurements there. And I basically just have all the items that I want. Excuse me. I have all the items that I want with any, you know, specifications or whatever the case may be. So I send that back to them. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm looking to place my order by Friday so she knows I'm not playing around. Thank you so much. I'll go through it. Perfect. Thank you. I'll confirm in the morning if anything, but you can send the performance invoice whenever you're ready. No problem. I'll go back to you later today. Yes. So she hit me back. This photo is no longer available. I don't know. I guess this one, like I forgot to download it or something like that. But she probably just wanted to confirm some item quantities or something like that. So I said everything is one of each unless it says I want another color. For example, if it says in silver as well, then I want the gold and silver. So this, she probably wrote that she probably was just like verifying the amounts of the items. I don't know why I can't download it for whatever reason, but she probably was just verifying like which items we can go through to make or whatever case may be, because these guys they're not in the business to get back and forth with litigation. So before, like, we want everything, and of course you guys, it's going to be very, very frustrating like if the order's not right for whatever reason. Like I've ordered 3 times and like my order has never been wrong. The one thing I would say is that you definitely want to know your material, because there were times in my last order where I thought a material or I thought an item was going to look like this, but it came out looking like something else just because I wasn't sure myself of that particular material. So definitely make sure that you're getting the right material, or just talk to them, you know, just to make sure. Like I know with this one, this is stainless steel with glass on top. Everything is okay. Let me check. And she was just answering my question. So this one I asked, what size is this? She sent me the measurements. I said, what size is this? She sent me the measurements, how tall. So this is just a little back and forth. And of course here we got a little upsell. Don't you need any dining chairs? And I was just, me personally, I'm not a huge fan of dining chairs. I ended up ordering some anyway, lo and behold, but she was just, you know, trying to like upsell me, of course. What do you expect? So she sent me another PI, another performance invoice. You always want to have an updated PI. I was looking at it, you know, when we need these items. I know it takes about 60 days. This is going to be in your PI as well. So then I edited it, right? I went back and I was just like, all right, look, I'm going to take out this, because the PI gives you the pricing and the measurements of everything. So we went from, so just to kind of recap, guys, we went from the catalog. I sent what items I wanted, got the quantity. She verified the quantity. That's not part of the protocol, but she verified the quantity, which is good. Got all the measurements, and then she sent, boom, the PI. This is the quote. Now, this is very, 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 very important, right? This is very, very, very important. With this, so this basically tells you the measurements, the sizing, the pricing of everything. You know what I'm talking about? This has all of that. So with that being said, I forgot my train of thought. With that being said, this basically helps you narrow down. So the first PI is always going to be the largest. The first PI is always going to be the largest, because that basically is like the raw sketch of all the items that you wanted. So like, this is everything that I originally inquired about. This is everything. And of course, this is not something that I post on Instagram, guys. This is literally only for you guys in my ESI group, only for you guys. And definitely, if somebody else wants to know, tell them to join ESI, because you're like, hey, I paid for ESI, so let me save this information. But yeah, this is just super, super important. So yeah, this is everything that I inquired about. Now, obviously, like I said, this is the first scratch, but this is the first sketch. But I'm bringing something to you guys that's very, very important. So look, delivery time, 30 to 35 days. Like I said, it takes about 30 days to manufacture, 30 days to export to the US. Total quantity, 48 pieces. So originally I would have ordered 48 pieces. Total CBM, which is the container unit metric, 23.28. That's not too much for you to worry about. Total amount, $11,717. 30% deposit, 70% balance. There we go. And then, of course, these are the terms and conditions. These don't include, this does not include, guys, this is very, 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 very important. This does not include delivery and shipping costs. This is only, what's the term for it? Cost on board, cost on shipping. I can't remember the exact terminology for it, but basically this is the cost that you pay to get it onto the ship. From the ship to the US, that's your cost, and that's when the freight broker comes into play. Then this quote was valid for 5 days. Cool. So yeah. So now I was looking at it, and then I made my sketches. So I took out this, I took out that, made some edits, took out this, took out that, took out that. Because now I have the pricing, so now I could just, whatever I don't want to pay for, or what I feel like is not in my budget, or I don't really need, I could just, replace. And I made some comments too. You could do that. However you get your point across to them is however. There's no right or wrong way to communicate. That's just the way I did it. That's literally just the way I wrote a Google Doc, and then I just made some notes on a Google Doc. That was just it. As long as you get your point across to them, that's all that matters. Then I just wanted to verify a couple things, a couple sizes. Material is very, very important. She told me this is MDF top. I know MDF is a softer wood, so I wanted to verify. I didn't really want that. But she said it's like a compact MDF. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Sent me a new one. I noticed that it was missing these two items that I really, really wanted. This is such a beautiful table. Wow. This is such a beautiful table. I cannot wait for this to come in. Look at my baby. This is such a, oh my God, look at that. Wow. Expect another vendor list ad with this video. Let me stop. Bada bing, bada boom. So, like I mentioned, I ended up turning around buying chairs. She sent me a video. So you see how thorough they are, man? Look at how thorough. Shorty sent me a whole video of how the chair swaps out from the back. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. I be telling y'all, like, you can't. Hey, man, crazy. She sent me the quote for the chairs. I was inquiring about a couple extra chairs, but I ended up just getting one. All right, let me skip forward. So yeah, she was just telling me, I think the shipment will be on end of March or maybe the first week of April. And then she was explaining, and this is another thing, guys. This is important because this is something that I kind of got, missed out on. January they close a lot of the factories. So it takes a lot longer in the beginning of the year, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I think the shipment will be on end of March or maybe first week of April, because they're going to take February to manufacture, and then they're going to ship out top of March. So it's probably going to get there like first week of April. You know what I'm saying? Then I had to ask them for the HTS code. I asked them for the HTS code simply because I knew that the freight broker was gonna ask, but since if you don't know, the freight broker is gonna prompt you anyway. So then before you pay them, you contact the logistics company. Boom, contact logistics company. That's the freight broker. They're gonna give you a quote for everything like that. Actually, let me pull that up for you guys too. TCK, just to kind of show you guys, I use the same freight broker. Boom. So here we go. I literally emailed them. I'm just so you guys, y'all getting some crazy game. Let's go. Hey, just want to let you guys know that I'm looking to bring this over. So I sent them a copy of the pro forma invoice. You see, same one. I sent them a copy of the pro forma invoice. Asked me to verify some. If you guys don't know any terminology that they use, believe me, I had to learn too. So just ask them. Like anything that doesn't make sense to you, just ask them. He explained LC. I'm not afraid to ask, man. Could you remind me of the difference? LCL, FCL. These are just terms that I'm not gonna go too into them. They could explain it to you guys when you get to that point. Look, boom. Look at this. 4,100 freight on board, 6285 freight on board, FCL. It's expensive, guys. It's expensive to bring stuff over. I brought over like a whole container, almost $6,000 to bring that over, but it's the cost of doing business. You know what I'm talking about? That's really the biggest thing I wanted to show you guys. Well, this too. So then I was just like, yo, I want to fill up the whole container. He's explaining LCL is 4 to 5 days longer than FCL. It's a lot of terminology that I'm skipping over because, like I said, guys, they could explain it to that. Door to door is going to be 5,100 plus duty. Crazy. 5,100, what does that include? ISF, processing customs, duty as in taxes. What about tariffs? Boom. 5,100, including everything except customs duty. Customs duty could low-key fuck you up, but hey. It gets a little hairy around that time, but customs duty is just one of those things that you're not really gonna find out until it kind of touches shore. So you just kind of have to like leave a little open budget for that. I can't tell you the price of customs duty when it comes in. It could be free, it could be not. So you just kind of have to like, yeah, you just gotta verify when it comes there. They could tell you only to the best of their knowledge, but neither them, me, or you is gonna know until it touches down. So from the first three times that I shipped stuff over, it was free. But yeah, so yeah, then they told me that they got it, and then it was all good. Yeah. What's that? Cool. So yeah, and then I just sent them the money. I sent them confirmation that I sent them the money, and then that was that. But what else did I want to say? That is about it, guys. I really hope that this video was informative. Yeah, but like I said, guys, like ordering overseas, like I really only do it when it's just like I said, it's a big order to get a lot of things that they just don't have. That they don't have overseas, that they don't have domestically over here. So that's really the main benefits. If you're just trying to order 1-2 things, guys, it's not worth it. But if you're trying to like, really step your game up, ordering some things that's not made in the US, overseas is the way to go. Peace.